19, take one.
So as you can see, we're gonna go over Candyman today. This is a weird version because their tuning is not in regular tuning. So if you're trying to play along with me in this version, you're gonna have to tune down a little bit. My tuner says that I'm at like where E and D sharp, right where it changes from E to D sharp. Is where you're gonna want to be in this one. So it makes it just a little bit deeper. First you want to tune to that before you do anything, because it's going to sound weird if you don't do that. But this is also that footage that they just posted up not even a month ago. It's a Grateful Dead rehearsal at Concert Camper documentary. It's in 1970. They're all just tuning up their instruments and figuring out how they're all going to set up for the night. But then they kind of just run through Candyman. They don't have mics, so in like the footage they all come together close and they're all kind of like in each other's face singing, so that's why you can't really hear the voices too well. But if you tune into Bob's part, you can hear him do all his little fills. We're gonna go through them all, but yeah, so those are the two things. It's just the little odd version, but I figured I'd go over this because it's good 1970 stuff. Early stuff is really fun to play, especially for the Bob side of things. He's definitely doing a lot more melodic stuff. So let's go over it. First we're just going to listen, and then we're going to try to go over it. So, okay, Bob is very faint in this, but you can hear him doing his fills. So that's one right there. So that's just C, 7, 9, 7, 10. It's major third, so that's 2 to 1. However you want to do it. But I think he's just doing. So that's the first little lick he does in this. And then they go down to B flat. And when he goes down to B flat, he goes into F. So this, do B flat like this instead of this triad. Do it like this. With your index finger off. So this would be 8, 7, 6, pinky, ring, middle, and then your index finger's just droning. And then you're going to put it down on the 5th instead of it being droning to do this little 5 to 7 on the G string, keeping this 6 on the B string. You want to keep that 6 going for the whole riff, kinda. And then basically you're landing in the F, because you're doing same thing you're doing for this. You're doing this with this string, and then landing on the 8th, 8, 7 to land in F. Now you're in F, and then they sit in F for a second. When you do the sus4, same lick that you just did in the B flat. Slide up from this F to this G. So let's go through that. This part is going from G, come on boys and me, goes down to this D minor, but the little trick he does in this D minor is just 5, 7 to 6. He's messing around with this lick a lot in this, I noticed that, in the D minor, in the B flat, and in the F. So that's like, this is a main lick in this 1970s era. So when you go to it, it's from the G to the D minor. Okay, so then yeah, so it goes, come on boys and wait you. And then arpeggio that from the 5, 6, 7. When you go into the 5, 7, 6, 5, 6, 7. Come on, boys and you. So then the other one. So you just half step down. So 8, 7, 7, 6. And then when you go down to 6, 5, you hammer on your 5 to the 7 to make it that D minor. Roll those laughing. And then arpeggio again right there. And on the same F lick. Sus4, 9. Right back up to G. And then G is the ending. And then they go into the verse. But we're going to walk through that first. all through the whole verse. Doing that because in this version Bob's just getting up and going over to sing with them if you watch the footage. So then you see Jerry kind of go, but that's just fun to throw in there because it is an inversion that Bob throws in the later versions. Just end on the G. So that's kind of the verse gist. We're going to go through another verse, but then we'll go through the chorus. The chorus is, they're focusing on the singing, it seems like. So Bob's just kind of doing straight B flat, F, C. B flat, F, C. So this one is B flat at the 6th and 8th. Just not the bar, just this triad. What is it? 8, 7, 6. B flat, F, the same F you're doing in the verse, doing all this stuff. And then C is just above that. So your ring finger's on the 7th on the A string, and then you're doing the bar C on the 5th. You could add your pinky, or you could add the top note. Or nothing at all. You could also go. This actually sounds like the inversion that Bob's doing because of this one. Here we come and he's gone. So B flat and C just right there. And then the F is right there, the bar F. A minor, G, F, G. Put the sus4 on that G right. And then Jerry goes. After he hits that C, you want to go. It follows you right into every single lick. So let's go through it. Bob going. It's kind of like simultaneous. It sounds like one big riff, but Bob's just kind of sticking to the same licks, so we're going to go through the verse with them and kind of just go through the same licks again. Candyman comes around again. So for this last verse, he's going up higher for the G and the D minor. (12, 10, 12, 14). So as you can see, he's kind of, you see the spaces where he needs to you need to mess around with to fill in those bob spaces, but it's mainly just this. Mainly this C shape, and then just for the chorus, just or. Either one works. This D minor riff that I was doing for the D minor, when it's like a it's 10 and 9, and then you hammer on the 9 to the 10 on the G, hammer off, and then slide down to the 7. So yeah, I hope that helps, guys, and more to come as always.